All right, well, you know what time it is now. This is Quick Six, where all questions in and outside of the sports world are on the table. We've got Miss Morgan Francis joining us on this holiday night. Morgan, you ready to go?
Yeah, happy to be here.
All right, Morgan, first question to you. Do you think Brian Burns will play on Sunday?
I think he will, based off of what Shaq Thompson and Coach Frank Wright were saying today. It sounds like he is really invested in the team more so than a player who's solely interested in himself. So I think that he wants to be there. I think the two sides are going to come together, so fingers crossed that he gets on the field.
I think that defense needs him to be there, too. All right, Carla, you were at Darlington last night, but who has the best shot at winning the race at Kansas next week?
Well, I think Kyle Larson probably has a pretty good shot. He was in contention for that race earlier this year. But Denny Hamlin also just led, over 150 laps at Darlington. I know the racetracks are different, but he was also the winner at Kansas earlier this year. So I would not be surprised to see him repeat there again.
I'm feeling pretty good about that new multi-year extension as well. All right, Morgan, with what we saw at the Dukes Mayo Classic, how many wins do you see UNC having behind Drake May this year?
Well, they're already talking about him as a potential Heisman Trophy candidate. I think it might be a little early for that, but obviously there's a lot of hope for him as a quarterback. I think they go 10-2, maybe 11-1, but let's not forget the defense had 9 sacks, so they're contributing to these wins too.
Yeah, that was huge. We have some pretty sad Gamecock fans here in the station. But all right, Carla, what college football team had the more impressive performance, Florida State or Colorado?
I don't know. I feel like this is like picking between your two favorite children because Florida State was so impressive just by what they were able to put on the field last night against LSU. But Colorado, I think, was impressive because we didn't have a lot of high expectations for that program, right? Deion Sanders, his first year there, certainly he's doing something right in the coaching department. But I'm equally, if I can be, equally as impressed with both those teams.
All right, Morgan, we're talking fantasy football. If you did have the #1 overall pick in the fantasy draft, who would you pick?
I would preface it with this. I don't do fantasy football. I know that sounds like a shock, but I don't have the time, and it would just stress me out. But I would put CMC up there. I'm a homer myself, and I'm from Green Bay, but I think CMC would bring on some points.
It's a good pick.
All right, Carla, real quick, who's the best player on your fantasy team?
It's got it. I know it is a running back. Tonight I drafted Derrick Henry. I've had him on my fantasy teams plenty of times before, and it's boded well for me. So I'm hoping the same. Fingers crossed for this year.